I'm gonna fly myself to Maui, which is a Hawaiian island 2,000 miles from any mainland in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. All right, so I've wanted to do this for like 20 years, since I first flew around Hawaii in flight sim. And Lainey used to be an earth science teacher. She used to teach about black sand beaches in Maui. She's wanted to go ever since then. So we have to figure out a way to make this work. Okay, so if we fly south of the Rockies along the Mexican border, shoot north past Nevada, make it to Los Angeles, we can refuel, take off, and make it 1/6 of the way there before running out of gas. We've got long-range tanks that hold 35 gallons of gas, good for about 5 hours of flight time. But if we're gonna be flying from Santa Monica, California to Maui, that's 2,159 nautical miles, which means that's a 23-hour flight and 136 gallons of gas would be required. So problem being, 136 gallons of gas weighs 816 pounds. So that's too heavy for this plane to even take off, even if we could install extra tanks to carry all that gas. The only other option is to take the plane's wings off, put it into a container, mail it out to Honolulu, put it back together, then fly myself to Maui. And that takes weeks, if not months, and costs over $10,000. And I don't really want to take the wings off my plane, but I think I have an idea that could work.
Okay.
Okay, new plan. I'm gonna fly myself to the Hawaiian island of Maui from the Hawaiian island of Oahu. But first I need to convince someone to let me use their plane. I googled flight schools in Honolulu and eventually found one that has the exact same plane I own. And they're willing to let me take it if I can prove I know how to fly it. But here's the thing. Honolulu International is a Class B airport, which is the busiest type of airspace in the world, with tons of massive airliners, military planes, and helicopters buzzing around. And in my 11 years as a pilot, I've never flown into a Class B airport. So I don't just need to prove I can fly a Cessna 150, I need to study up and prove I can handle the complex procedures at H&L and not bust airspace or get in trouble. Since H&L's Class B airspace is so busy, they don't have time to tell small airplanes how to leave the area and come back in for landing. So they use preset arrival and departure procedures. We'll be flying the plane to Maui, so I'll be expecting the Freeway 2 departure, which sends us straight out over Interstate H1 toward Maui. And the Freeway 5 arrival, which brings us back in the same way, but has a tight traffic pattern over an airport lagoon at the end.
It's raining.
It is raining.
A little nervous for your lesson.
Remember that highway from the procedure? Well, it's covered in rain right now, which could be a problem. I'm gonna get everything ready in case we have a window and familiarize myself with the plane. Clear prop. Okay, it looks like we have our window. The rain's mostly back up in the mountains, so we're gonna give this a shot. My objectives: prove my radio skills and get cleared by ATC to depart H&L, take off and join the Freeway 2 departure, ask ATC for a course reversal at the end of the departure to immediately join the Freeway 5 arrival back to the airport, fly the arrival and tight pattern back to runway 4 right, and return to base with the plane and my ego still intact. Honolulu clearance, Cessna 150, Niner 864 Juliet, Freeway 2 with Victor.
Niner 64 Juliet, Honolulu clearance, cleared out of Bravo airspace. We have the Freeway 2 departure. Maintain 1,500. Departure frequency 119.1. 0227.
Alright, Freeway 2, 1,500, 119.1, 0227 for Cessna 150, 64 Juliet.
Niner 64 Juliet, read back correct.
All right.
Cool.
Number 64 Juliet, runway 4 to Foxtrot, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 4 right at Foxtrot, 64 Juliet. Nope, doors open.
Runway 1413 heavy, cross runway 4 right at Delta, takeoff.
Warning departure, Cessna Niner 864 Juliet, 1,000 for 1,500, Freeway 2 with request.
Number 642 departure, radar contact, clear request.
Yeah, I'd like to fly the Freeway 2 outbound and circle Coco and then do a course reversal and come back in for 64 Juliet.
Number 640, report course reversal.
We'll report the course reversal, 64 Juliet.
Alright, we'll just go offshore right here, and then as soon as we get across the ocean, we'll have to call them.
Approach 64 Juliet, request that course reversal at present position.
November 64 Juliet, climb and maintain 2,000 and clear back to Bravo West Honolulu crew. Landing Honolulu or going out north?
Landing Honolulu.
Landing Honolulu and up to 2,000 and then turn now, 64 Juliet.
Alright, so we're on freeway 6.
5.
Freeway 5 going back in?
Yep.
Okay.
Number 64 Juliet, descend to pattern altitude.
Down to pattern altitude, 64 Juliet.
So we're gonna descend down to 800. And then right in front of us is the golf course, the Navy Marine golf course.
Right here?
Yep, right off our nose.
Cool.
And then when you think you can make your base turn, whatever you're comfortable with.
Honolulu Tower, Hawaiian 64 Heavy.
Honolulu Tower, November 734,
November 734, Zulu Charlie, Honolulu, Roger, descend to pattern altitude, going to be number 2, caravan, full mile box.
where's Charlie going to be number 2?
Okay, the plane's been secured, and as much fun as we've had in Oahu, it's time to fulfill a dream 20 years in the making and fly myself to Maui in real life. Now we return the yellow Jeep at the main terminal, grab an Uber to the flight school on the other side of the airport, get the plane fueled up, and get ready to hop over the Pacific Ocean. Oh yeah, and the owner of Pacific Flight Academy set us up with their new Cessna 150 that just got reassembled after shipping in from the mainland. You know, we've just been handed the keys to a plane to fly around Hawaii, which probably won't happen again anytime soon. There's this tiny runway on the north shore of Molokai I used to land at on Flight Sim and usually crash, but it's right next to these massive cliffs and it looks amazing. Only problem is it's super windy there, but it's right on the way to Maui, so we gotta try it. But first things first, let's get out of this Class B airport.
23 Victor, runway 4 to Foxtrot, clear for takeoff.
Runway 4 right at Foxtrot, clear for takeoff, 23 Victor.
By the way, that's Lainey using a checklist to keep the camera from overheating, and if you're wondering why I'm using the push to talk button on her side, we couldn't figure out how to get mine to work, so yeah.
That's the Pacific.
Yeah, we out here. You like it up here?
I do like it up here. It's very smooth, huh?
Yeah, we got lucky with weather. And we're going 60, but we're used to that.
Yeah, 32 knot gusts are not nice.
So the TAF in Maui later today calls for gusts up to 32, and it's pretty much right down the runway, but not really. It's like 30-ish, 40 degrees offset. So it'll be a little bit challenging in this thing, but that's kind of just the norm, especially when they've got the trade winds. It's just a lot of wind.
It's an island in the middle of the ocean, so...
But alas, we are out 2,000 miles from any mainland, so...
Yeah. And that means that way is just the South Pole.
Sorry, left aircraft, calling center taken.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're out here.
We're out here.
Alright, coming up on Molokai.
1031, to your Mach speed.
Just a quick little hop across. The water crossing here is only about
maintain Mach 78 or
about
less.
15, 16 miles. Alright, I think I got the runway in sight. That's pretty dramatic cliffs we got going on here.
Yeah, I know. Kalapapa? You called it Kakapapa earlier.
Yeah, I know. Freeway 2 and going to Kakapapa today. Kakapapa today.
Okay. It's getting dramatic.
Oh yeah. Kalapapa traffic, Cessna 23 Victor, now 5 to the west at 1,500 inbound, left base 5, full stop Kalapapa.
Alright, we're officially lower than the cliffs, right?
Yep.
Oh, see ya. Oh, goodness. Oh. Great job.
Well, I'd say overall that went better than it has in the past. Now we're gonna make a super quick stop in Lanai just to put fresh batteries in the wing camera before attempting our landing in Maui.
Kalapapa traffic 23 Victor, left crosswind, runway 5, Kalapapa. Alright, quick little water crossing on this one. About 10 miles to the other side. Lanai traffic, Cessna 23 Victor, left downwind, runway 3, full stop, Lanai.
Okay, the wind in Maui is blowing 40 miles per hour right now, so if it doesn't feel safe, we're gonna have to turn around and come back to Lanai where the wind is calm. I'm really hoping this works out so I finally get a chance to fly myself to Maui.
Approach Cessna 3723 Victor.
3723 Victor, it's over.
3723 Victor is a Cessna 150. We are about 10 miles to the east of Lanai at 3,500, looking to go full stop at Kahalui.
Over 23 Victor, squawk 1705.
1705, 23 Victor. 17 minutes out, pretty quick little hop. Obviously got Maui in sight off the 12 o'clock there, pretty beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna kind of cut this valley, so we'll be making a left turn, and then we'll be straight in for runway 2, which is a big runway. And it's windy down there.
It's gusty.
Over 23 Victor, make a straight in runway 2.
Straight in runway 2 for 23 Victor, and we do have X-ray.
23 Victor, thank you. Appreciate it. Best forward speed.
Best forward speed, 23 Victor.
Okay.
Over 23 Victor, Connect Tower, 118.7.
Over to tower, 23 Victor, thanks.
Hey, real quick before the hardest landing of my life, if you're wondering what app I'm using on my iPad, it's called ForeFlight, which I've been using for over 10 years for flight planning, airport research, weather briefing, and a lot more than that. We've partnered with them because I love their product and the team at ForeFlight is always innovating and creating new features that make flying safer, easier, and a lot more fun. They recently came out with a wake turbulence feature that visualizes where you can expect to find disturbed air from big heavy jets. So all the 747s in and out of Honolulu International, we can see exactly where to avoid so that we don't get tumbled over in a small plane. So if you haven't checked out ForeFlight, definitely give it a look.
Maui Tower, Cessna 3723 Victor, straight in runway 2.
3723 Victor, Maui Tower. Say, type landing.
We'll be full stop for 23 Victor.
3723 Victor, roger, runway 2, clear land traffic, 6 mile left base, runway 5 caravan, signals to the airport ahead of you.
We'll be looking for the traffic clear to land runway 2, 23 Victor. Get your seatbelt tightened.